Well, I didn't see. I would take them and then forget about them. I would put them in my top pocket and then go to the store and not take them. And then I would just wash them. There was a lot of times I would take them. I would bring it with me, in case I got like a little fucking, you know. But Joe, the funny thing about this, if I tell you, this goes back to when I was a kid. In the simplest way. You ready for this? I was a little fucking fruitcake when I came from Cuba. Do you know I sucked the pacifier after I was 6? So after like I was 3, they took them away from you, but I'd hide them in strategic places. And whenever shit got dangerous, I'd go over, suck it, put it down, and then I'd fucking go back to what was going on here. So when I lived in 88th Street in New York City, my mom had a jukebox at the bar. So every week the guy comes in and he gives you the old 45s. Is that what they're called? 45s? So I don't know what they were. They were all different types. Spanish music, you know, black music, rock music. My mother had a great taste in the jukebox. So I would have fucking boxes of singles. I lived on the 3rd floor. And if you go to 205 West Day, even today, you pull up to it, you'll see where I live, where I grew up right there on the 3rd floor, but you'll see that there's a parking garage there. They never really, it's like an old building. Now it's redone again. They did something. When we were kids, we played back there. So whenever I had anxiety, I would go upstairs to suck on the pacifier. I wasn't cool enough to put them on the street yet. Later in time, I would put them on the street and I would suck on them when I was playing basketball or something. If they called a foul on me and I would panic, I would go upstairs and I had a window that they couldn't see from below because it was the back of the building. So it was like an indentation and all our windows. You can't see that from there. So I would take those 45s and I would whip them. They're like fucking boomerangs. I would just sit there for 10 minutes and just whip them. And I'd hear people downstairs, what the fuck? Stop it, you fucking scumbag. What's going on? And then I run downstairs and all these kids would be holding on to their heads and shit. They're like, where'd you go? And I go, I went upstairs to go to the bathroom. You missed it. The crazy guy's throwing records at us. Do you know how long I did that for, Doug? I did that for about a year. I threw records at those motherfuckers. I cut them. I did so many things to those kids. They never knew it was me. But back to it, that's how I started going upstairs to suck on the pacifier. So I always had something. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had my little.
You wanted something to like help you out.
I always had something to smoothen the humps and the bumps. I didn't know that shit existed.